If you're doing e-marketing, it's important to understand the metrics that come along with this. There are a few typical metrics, things that you find out about the results of your e-marketing, that it's important to understand how to read those. The first and probably the most important to you is opens. Typically, in a B2B world, if you know your database, if they're past clients, if they're regular contacts, you will get somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 to 25% of people opening your emails. That's actually pretty darn good, because realistically, I don't open a lot of emails unless there's something interesting in them that I want to see. The open rate tells you the value of your company name and your name to these people. They open it because it's from you. The click-through rate means the links that you put within your e-marketing, within your newsletter, within your e-blast that drive people back to your website. If people are clicking through to those, that tells you the value of the subject matter. You need to be tracking what your subject is in each of your e-blasts and each of your newsletters so that you can understand what is important to my contact base. So understanding the difference between the open rates and the click-through rates is very critical for you. The other things to look at are your unsubscribe rates, and unsubscribes will go up tremendously if your frequency is too high or if your subject matter is never interesting. There are also something called bounce rates. Bounce rates are when the email is no longer valid and is not getting through to people. Now sometimes it's because their conditions have changed. They put in a new firewall at work, but more often than not, it's because that person is no longer there and somebody else is going to be receiving the email instead. The best way to use bounce rates is use them as a reason to follow up and say, hey, I see you're not getting my newsletter. Is there somebody new in the role here? Where have you gone to? It becomes an actionable business development item for you. So click-through rates, open rates, unsubscribes, and bounce rates all tell you something very important about your e-marketing.